Good morning, everyone. How are you? I am doing great. I hope you are as well, having a good morning. I definitely am. We're going to have a conversation about fraudulence. Yes, we are. About fraudulence, false unions, grifter types, temple whores, and moochers, right? People have come back to bite you in your back, right? So right now we're dealing with a lot of people who have left your life at one point, but now everybody's on this moocher thing, on this moocher energy. So people who you once got rid of are definitely trying to make their way back. If you are a person known to do for others, a person known to have a good heart, a person known to just be very dependable, trust me, all the negativity is running towards you. If you are a positive person, all the negativity is running towards you at this current time, right? So right now, delusion is the catalyst for everything that's taking place. Straight up delusion is the catalyst, because there are people who they are the actual low life in this scenario, but they are putting themselves up there on the pedestal like they're the superior one. When no, that's not it at all. You are definitely not the superior one. But it's a lot of people who are bottom feeders putting themselves on pedestals and mooching off of people who are actually the creme de la creme, right? They are mooching off people who are the creme de la creme, but they are calling themselves the superior ones. How does that work, right? So, what we are doing now is there's a lot of false unions. Like I told you before, there's people who um, created a bunch of unions just to get in where they could fit in, just to be part of a crowd that was the wave at that particular time. Like 2020, like I said, and I keep going back to, a lot of people created relationships with people who they broke off before, can't stand, period, or never knew, but they don't mesh, don't go together. But hey, it's all about money. It's all about a takedown. It's all about me, mine, attitude at this current time in 2020. So people were making these false unions, right? And these were grifters. People were going from state to state, building relationships with people just so they could beat them in the head, just so they could get something from them, just so they could use them as a contact to do something negative when the time came, just so they could use them as an scapegoat, just so they could use them as a scapegoat, excuse me, just so they could use them as the bait, just so they could use them to take the fall, right, for whatever crime they committed. There's a lot of people out here trying to be the mirror image of something, but it's not working in your favor whatsoever. And there are others who are close to a mirror image, right? These are copycats, right? So how can you receive what is made for you when you're running around being a copycat? Like I keep telling people, if you're not the originator of the idea, you can't keep it going. You cannot keep it receiving the maximum benefit that it would have received, the maximum financial gain that it would have received if you're not the originator of the idea. And there's people all over this place going around snatching ideas and claiming they're the originator of it. Well, when the true originator shows their face and shows their product, you can definitely see which one is the better one, and you can tell which one is the originator. There's a lot of people, well-known people out here putting their name on stuff that another unknown person created. Okay, well, so the unknown person came out and created something else, and now you can see this unknown person created what the celebrity is trying to claim that they created, right? People are not dumb. They just let the celebrities live in their own little world, right? So this is where we're talking about with false unions, fraudulence, right? Fraudulence, most definitely. People swearing they're the superior one, but how? When you're mooching, right? You're the moocher. You're the low life. You're the antagonizer. You're the one who won't sit down out somebody's face who's asked you to for a whole 2 years. So let me ask you, how is that person the low life and you're the superior one when you've been chasing behind a person for 2 years who told you to sit down out their face the very first month that you approached them, right? The very first month that you approached a person, they told you get up out their face, and you've been there for 2 years. So explain to me, how are you the superior one and they supposed to be the lower one? I think not, right? I think not. Antagonists have it backwards, right? That's why I say, what is wrong with the mentality of Americans? You think that negative stuff is the positive way to go. Negative stuff is not the norm. Go to another country and do the stuff that you do in America, you will be arrested, right? You will be banished from other countries for half the stuff that we do in America, right? You will be put out these people's countries, right? So all these friendships, relationships have been created for selfish gain. They're all false relationships for selfish gain, right? So the energy of what this is this is some fiery energy, right? For all of those who are into all of that type of stuff, this is fiery energy. Because there are a lot of beggars out here in the streets, right? You have a lot of fiery energy, you're angry at the world, but you're the one that's out here creating the havoc within your life that has created you to be a beggar, right? It's a lot of beggars out here. And spoilers. If they are not, the spoilers, if they are not invited to the party, if they are not invited to be in your circle, if they are not invited to get some money with you, then what they want to do, that's why they're called spoilers. They spoil everything that another person does if they're not involved, or they try their damnedest to spoil what someone else is doing. Meaning they sabotage. Spoilers are sabotagers, that's all. Spoilers are sabotagers. And it's a lot of sabotagers out here in these streets right now because people are too lazy to get up and get their own. So if you won't let me mooch, then I'm going to sabotage. But even if you do let me mooch, I'm still going to sabotage because at some point you're going to get tired of me mooching, right? Right, and what does a moocher not want to do? Right, a moocher does not want to do any work. They just want to get stuff from you. So when you get tired of them, and they know you're getting tired of them, they're going to start sabotaging your stuff because they like, she going to get rid of me, he going to get rid of me, probably within the next 30 days. So I'm going to start tearing up their business. I'm going to start tearing up their reputation. All because I already know they about to get rid of me. And I can't take their skills and stuff with me and make my own stuff. So guess what? I'm about to sabotage everything they did. I'm about to sabotage the team first if I can. And if not, I'm just going to sabotage the brand if I can. If not, I'm going to sabotage the whole name. Fuck it. Right. See, that's what you do. You throw these type of people up away from you as soon as possible. And people such as myself have thrown people like that, the spoilers and the beggars, up out my life. Where they at, y'all? Right. Still up in it. Right. That is not fair for a person such as myself who gets rid of people that I don't know. You're a spoiler, you're a beggar, you're a grifter. You're just an all-around piece of shit, and I get rid of you and you come right back. Yo, my toilet ain't clogged up. When I take a shit and flush it, that bitch go away. Thank you. A lot of these people don't have sound plans, and that's exactly why there's obstacles in their lives, because they don't have sound plans. But a person who does have a sound plan, what do they want to do? They want to sabotage a person with a sound plan. A spoiler cannot get up off their ass and put any real work in. They'll be the one with all the little cute ideas and stuff, and you be like, well, that's cool, you know, that sounds kind of good. We'll throw that in once it's all done. Or we'll put that on the table, you know, for when everything is all established. And we'll look into that, you know, in a little while. Nah, you ain't take that idea right then and there. And you know why they gave you that idea? Why? Because they want to be known as part of the owner, right? They want to have ownership in it. And all they doing is giving you a cute idea versus what you sat there and thought the whole next 5 years out for your business. And here they come with a cute little idea and then thinking they're supposed to be partner. Absolutely not. Right, these are people who are back to bite you. Right, these are people who you have gotten rid of and they have come back to bite you. Right, exactly. So what are we supposed to do with these type of people? Push them out our face. As soon as you see them coming, yo, just get up and walk away. That lets them know I'm not interested. Turn your back to them. That lets them know immediately you're not interested. So if you're looking up at them, that's telling them, okay, they willing to hear me out. No, you turn your back to them and that's telling them, yo, I ain't trying to hear nothing you trying to say. Right, right. Because all these people have this I am better than you attitude. And let me tell you something. All of these people who are running around who are back to bite you, they thought they were better than you in the first place. So what did they do? They disconnected from you through their arrogance. They said, you can't sit with me. You can't sit with us. Right. So get out of here. Get out my face. And in a minute they seen you bubble. Now they're like, yo, yo, yo. Now remember you told me I couldn't sit with you. So, right. Let's keep it that way. Let's keep it that way. You told me I couldn't sit with you. Let's keep it that way. Why are you chasing behind me? You said you was better than me the minute my name was mentioned in a conversation. I'm better than that bitch. I'm better than that dude. Right. not even knowing what this person was doing in their life or bringing to the table, but because you heard about somebody new, now you better than them. So now that you better than them, you disconnected yourself from that person through your arrogance of I'm better than you, so I want to hang with you. So you disconnected yourself from someone you don't know anything about who brought something excellent to the table, which you can't sit with us attitude. And the person was like, I ain't asked to sit with you no way. I came to get my partner right here. Right. So now you mad. Right. Because you were sitting there having a conversation with their partner, and their partner was talking about them and telling you about them and what was up and coming. And you was like, I'm better than that person and they can't sit with us. So when the person came, you automatically was like, yo, you can't sit with us. And that person was like, yo, I ain't asked to sit with you. I just came to grab my partner, got their partner and walked off. And they went and made all kinds of money. And what you doing? You sitting back, what? Mad, hating, wanting to bite that person, wanting to mooch off that person, wanting to be a temple whore, right? Wanting to be a grifter, right? Wanting to create a false union with that person or anybody that's surrounded around that person, because that's basically what you're doing when you can't get with a person who told you to get up out their face, or a person who already know you to be a trickster and ain't trying to deal with you and don't want nothing to do with you, and you already know that they're not going to deal with you. What you do? You go and talk to their connections. You go and meet people around this person and start dealing with them, aka what I'm dealing with. Yo, I'm straight up watching a card reader. And people who I do not want to deal with, know I don't want to deal with them, and they know I watch this card reader. So what they start doing, right? Hitting up this card reader to discuss them and what they want to tell me. Nah, get on a video. Could be in a punk ass bitch and a punk ass dude. Get on a video, post that bitch on YouTube, aka Too Deviant, and say what you got to say to me. Stop going to people around me to discuss something with me. We ain't got nothing to discuss. But at the end of the day, do not go to a tertiary person and discuss through them what you want to say to me. Because that's some whack ass, punk ass, get the fuck out my face ass shit. Because number one, you stalking me. Because I told you I didn't want to talk to you no way. So to go to a tertiary person, someone who is around me, someone who you know I watch, you're stalking me. Right? You're pushing yourself on me. You're cyber raping me. I told you I want nothing to do with you. So you go to every avenue that you know I'm at, and you leave a message there for me to get. Nah. That's called cyber rape. That's called stalking. That's called harassment. Fuck harassment. You stalking a bitch, right? When you go to every avenue a person goes to and leave a message for them to receive because you know they don't want nothing to do with you, you're stalking them, right? I don't know what you think it is, right? And you look like the dummy, the fool, right? You're the chaser in that particular situation. You're the chaser. I ain't chasing behind you. I ain't watching you. I ain't asking you for nothing. But you going to all things where I'm at, leaving a message for me to get from you. You're the chaser. You're the stalker. Get a life. You're the low life, right? I'm the superior being, right? Right. People with that you gonna hear me attitude and you don't want to hear them, yo, they got a serious problem. And if you gotta kill them, you gotta shoot them, you gotta beat their ass, so be it, right? That's why God gives you the fight or flight. You either gonna fight with this person if they keep stepping to you, or you gonna go away from them if they ain't really serious. These people ain't really serious, so I go away from them. But what do? They go to other avenues to come at me with. You ain't even in my face. You sending other people in my face, right? So why should I entertain beef when a person can't even, right? Go ahead. So this is what I'm talking about. People who are begging, right? People who are begging, clout chasing, but acting like the superior one, right? These people are clout chasing, but acting like the superior one. They are thinking that I'm using you for my amusement. No, you're using yourself for your own amusement. Because at the end of the day, everybody else thought you were supposed to be the superior one. But you clout chasing. So, no, you're the one being used for other people's amusement because they watching your fall and they laughing at it, right? They watched you get body slammed on your neck broken and they laughing at it. While you still thinking you the queen. Go take and break a Barbie doll all up. Go break a Barbie doll all up. That's what you look like to these people in these streets, right? But you still running around here like you some type of queen, some type of king. But you look all broke up like that Barbie doll. And people are laughing at you like, look at this bitch. Look at this fool. Right. Look at her and her dude. They both look stupid as I don't goddamn know what. But they still running around here like they king and queen of America. Now, Davinia Ben body slammed to both of y'all her damn self at the same damn time. So what the both of y'all need to go do is take y'all ain't never made no billion asses somewhere and sit down somewhere. Right. Because, right. Right, you have been crushed, but you continue to come at me like you ain't been crushed. No, I crushed the fuck out you, my goddamn self. I snatched everything you had and threw that shit right back at you, right? Because I don't want nothing you got, right? I just snatched it out your hands and shot it back in your face since you thought you was king and queen, right? You ain't nobody to nobody, right? I really thought you guys were popular, but you're really not. You're only popular in America, and that chick that you married to, she ain't popular nowhere, right? Right. She a sludge to everybody. And everybody loves watching her just to get their rocks off. And how she thinks she a queen, but everybody knows she's sludge. Right. It's funny. Right. It's funny. Y'all are clowns to, y'all are jokesters and jokes to people in America. And it's time you know that. Right. Hanging with them, the president and his wife, made you look even more like clowns. Because everybody knew them two was clowns. Right. Those were America's clowns in the White House. Right. So the fact that you jump on them like y'all was about to be king and queen, that just made you look more like a clown. Right. Right. Delusion is the what? Delusion is the catalyst that we are dealing with in 2021. Everybody's delusional. 95% of the people in America are delusional. Right. You are under some type of delusion. You are under some type of illusion. Right. So, with that being stated, America has this arrogance over it, has always had this arrogance to it. You have been cut off from the rest of the world. The rest of the world does not want to deal with America. They do not. There will be no travel to no other countries because other countries will not allow Americans to come in on their soil. Right? Nobody wants to deal with America after what they've seen take place over here. Nobody wants to deal with Americans after they have sat here and watched Americans disrespect their countries and cultures for the past 75 years. Right? Ever since TV has been on the scene, these folks overseas have watched y'all totally disrespect their countries. Right. Exactly. So they are happy to be liberated from you. Meaning they ain't got to do shit for you. Because y'all was, America is the one that was begging all these other countries for stuff. These countries wasn't begging America for anything. Because America has nothing to offer other countries. Right. America has to get everything from other countries. Right. We don't make our own clothes and stuff over here. We make some t-shirts. Wow. Right. America don't make nothing over here. Just barely anything, right? So everything came from other countries while America is so arrogant. So what did we just say about arrogance? Right. The disconnection from other countries came. Why? Because your president and vice president and ex-president thought that they were totally arrogant. Right. They were going to be totally arrogant and crush a young black woman. No, I don't think so. So now, with that being said, the world sat back and watched y'all try and crush a young black woman for absolutely no reason other than the fact that she wanted to help Americans. Right. Right. All she wanted to do was help Americans through a pandemic. Just keep people comfortable through this pandemic. And then once it's over, everybody just go back to life, you know, as normal. Right. No. You had some arrogant president at the time who did, right. Then you had a candidate, right, a ex-vice president, right, that was acting retarded, right. Then you had the woman he chose. She was even retarded, even more retarded. Right. So with that being stated, all of that equal to arrogance. And America is paying now for Trump, Biden, and Harris arrogance. Right. All that is what America is paying for. Their arrogance. Right. Right. So, temple whores. People who are running to the good thing and trying to snatch it, imitate it, copy it, be a mirror image of it. It's not going to happen. Nothing good can be taken down by anything bad. It really can't. If you're truly good, you can't be taken down by bad. People think that, oh, you can't die. You know, good people die, but guess what? You'll be bad. Your memory lives on. People don't talk about bad people. They talk about good people, right? They do. That little boy down the street that used to cause all kinds of havoc, somebody finally killed him. Don't nobody talk about him other than, oh, thank God, he finally died. And guess what? Nobody talks about him no more after that, right? But, yeah, remember little so-and-so? Oh, man, it's been 5 years, right? He was such a good kid. Exactly. So, nobody talks about the bad seed. They only talk about him for about a couple of seconds. Thank God he gone and he ain't raising havoc in our neighborhood no more. Versus, oh my gosh, it's been 5 years since Peanut been gone. Man, I miss him. He remember when he always used to help us with the groceries and stuff, right? So, right, like I said, a righteous being will always live on, and a piece of crap will die. Nobody will talk about you, right? Other than other pieces of crap, right? Right, the ones who throw on them T-shirts, right? Every year, but don't think about you no other time, right? But we're gonna have a barbecue, right? You a once a year person. So I'm gonna go ahead and end that because it's been 20 minutes. You know how they do me, right? Let's see. Remove everybody from around you. If you're really trying to elevate yourself, be by yourself. This is the time I had to do that. When it was time for me to elevate myself, it was time for me to be by myself totally. And I mean, not talking on the phone to nobody. Even people that live in my house I didn't talk to, right? And they understood, right? So, clear yourself out, clear your circle out, stay away from people, and be serious about your change. And that's because that's the only way it's going to happen, right? And I know there's a lot of people out here who's very serious. And like I said, people are back to bite you and hold on to you and leech on, you know, all that stuff. Like, close your door, turn off your phone. It don't matter. Social media is how people get at most people. Log out, right? Log out, right? If they got your phone number, block them, right? Put on your do not disturb and then have your exceptions, right? You ain't gotta be bothered with people like people think you do, right? I block, well, outside of the government playing with my phone and breaking through, don't nobody come through this piece, right? I do not play. Right now, I had to have 2 years of solitude. My 2 years are up. That's why I keep telling you, get the fuck out of my face. Y'all are the ones who didn't pass y'all test. That's why most of us then went through our 2 years and we feel good and we feel at peace. And the others of y'all are still running around anxious, talking about people trying to snatch what other people got. I'm going to take them down. I'm going to take them down. You know what? Because you didn't do no type of self-work on yourself when you were told to. So get the fuck out of people like me face and stay out of people like me face because we're going to get our rewards. I have my rewards. I'm just not in my country, in other countries, right? I'm still in America. I have everything God promised me. I have everything God promised me. I'm pregnant. I got my husband. I got all kinds of houses and shit. Right. I'm just not over there. Y'all told me gonna stop her from getting it. I haven't been had it. Right. Your husband prepares a place for you to come to. My husband been prepared all these places for me to move to. Right. Right. So there was no snatching. My husband never wanted none of you chicks. Right. So you couldn't snatch my husband. Right. Who put in all the work for me to have the houses, right? Right. You ain't my father. You didn't marry my mother, right? You didn't create me, right? So you don't get no inheritance from my father, right? Fuck wrong with you people, right? All this delusional stuff. Y'all watch too many movies and you too stuck on these white people and they matrix shit. You do not wake up one day and be rich. You do not wake up one day and marry a rich man. You do not become a mail order bride. All this shit is movies. 90% of the people will never ever see $1 million. Right. Keep that in mind. Get your piece of the pie. Work hard for what you get. But if you're overexerting yourself for something, you ain't supposed to have it. It's not yours. Be satisfied and comfortable where you at. When you're satisfied and comfortable where you at, that's where the elevation comes in. If you could work for $10 an hour now? Right. If you can work for 10 something an hour and be satisfied and do what you got to do, well, not be satisfied, but, be like, you know what? This is what the minimum wage is. I ain't go to school to make no better. So why do I expect better? Right. So that's what you do. You get your minimum wage and then you appreciate your minimum wage because you didn't go to school to get nothing better. So you work and you appreciate your position and you treat your job like you own that bitch. Right. And then God will say, let me get them a management position so they can make $13 an hour, $14 an hour, $15 an hour. Now you're elevated. Now they took care of everything. They've been real tight for the past year as the manager. Yeah, let me put in a good word because this person been working real hard for district manager, right? Because it's coming up, right? Even though they're a newbie, they've been tearing that store up, getting that money right, getting things under control, keeping their staff straight. Let me look at this person for district manager because they turned that store around, right? It's all about paying attention. It's all about wanting to get yours. It's all about getting what's yours and not somebody else's. So if while you watching me, you ain't never gonna get yours. Have a great one.